Welcome to Story Studio 91. Today, we're going to talk about a powerful truth. Money doesn't care where you start. It only cares what you do with what you have. We'll explore this through the incredible story of a man who swept floors for 50 years and left behind a fortune of $8 million. His name was Ronald Read. He lived in a small, quiet town in Vermont. To everyone who knew him, Ronald was just an ordinary, perhaps even poor, old man. He drove an old, beat-up car. He wore the same worn-out jacket for decades, sometimes held together with safety pins. His neighbors saw him as a humble, hard-working guy, but nobody suspected the secret he was keeping. Ronald Read's life was a testament to routine and discipline. Every single morning, he would wake up before the sun came up. He'd walk to the local gas station where he worked, pumping gas, sweeping floors, and fixing whatever was broken. He never complained. He just did the work. But when his workday was over, his real work began. He didn't come home to flip on the television or waste his time. Instead, he would sit at his simple kitchen table with a newspaper spread out before him. He wasn't reading the comics or the headlines. He was studying the stock pages. He carefully researched companies, looking for businesses that sold everyday necessities, things like soap, food, and medicine. He understood that people would always need these things, no matter what the economy was doing. Then, with the money he saved, he bought their stocks. He didn't make big, flashy investments. It was just a little bit at a time. $10 here, $20 there. He did this every single week, without fail. Some of his friends would laugh at him. They'd say, "Ronald, why do you live like this? You work so hard. Enjoy your life a little." But Ronald just smiled and continued on his path. He knew a secret that they didn't. He knew that small, consistent actions repeated over a long period eventually lead to giant, life-changing results. His secret wasn't complicated. He simply lived far below his means. He never bought things he didn't absolutely need. He cut his own firewood to heat his home. He learned to fix his own car. He ate simple, home-cooked meals. He saved almost every single dollar he earned. The years rolled by. Decades passed. Ronald kept working his jobs. He kept saving his money. And he kept investing week after week, month after month. He never stopped. He was playing the long game. Then, at the age of 92, Ronald Read passed away. When his family opened his will, they were met with a shock that would ripple through their entire town. They couldn't believe their eyes. Ronald, the janitor, the gas station attendant, the man who wore a threadbare coat, had left behind an estate worth $8 million. $8 million. The news was astonishing. This quiet, unassuming man had secretly become a multi-millionaire. But the most beautiful part of Ronald's story isn't just the money he made. It's what he chose to do with it. He didn't hoard it all. In his will, Ronald Read gave $6 million to his local hospital and library. He wanted to give back to his community and help people he would never even meet. His town was stunned. The local newspapers ran front-page stories about the millionaire janitor. Everyone was asking the same question. How could a man who looked so poor be so incredibly rich? The answer is simple, yet profound. Ronald Read understood three fundamental truths about wealth that most of us tend to ignore. First, he knew that building wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. We see it all the time, people with high salaries who spend every penny they make. They buy new cars, eat at expensive restaurants, and constantly upgrade their lives to impress others. Then they find themselves living paycheck to paycheck, wondering why they have no savings. Ronald earned very little, but he kept most of it. He didn't care about what other people thought of him. He was focused on securing his own future. Second, Ronald understood the immense power of patience. He wasn't trying to get rich quick. He didn't gamble on risky stocks or chase overnight success. He simply did the right thing day after day for over 50 years. In our world of instant gratification, we all want success now. We want the winning lottery ticket, the one lucky break. But real, lasting success is almost always slow. It can be boring. It's the result of the same small, disciplined action repeated 10,000 times. Ronald bought his stocks every week and let time and compound interest do the heavy lifting. He didn't panic and sell when the market dropped. He just stayed the course. And third, Ronald Read understood that true happiness doesn't come from owning things. It comes from having a sense of purpose. He didn't need a big house or fancy clothes to feel fulfilled. He had what he needed, and that enough gave him a profound sense of freedom. While others were working hard to buy things they didn't need, Ronald was quietly building a legacy. While they worried about impressing their neighbors, he was creating a future that would outlive him. When Ronald died, some people might have said he was lucky, but luck had nothing to do with it. His success was the result of a choice he made every single day. He chose discipline over immediate comfort. He chose patience over short-term excitement. He chose purpose over appearances. And in the end, the quiet discipline made him a winner in every sense of the word. We live in a world that constantly screams at us to spend. Buy this new phone. Upgrade your car. Go on that expensive vacation. Post it all online. We're taught that success means looking successful. But Ronald Read's story shows us a different path. It shows us that real success is often invisible. It happens quietly in the background. It's built on the small choices that nobody else sees. It happens when you decide to save $5 instead of buying a fancy coffee. It happens when you choose to drive your old car for one more year. It happens when you invest your extra cash instead of using it to impress someone. Success isn't loud and flashy. It's silent. It's consistent. Ronald Read swept floors for 50 years. He could have easily given up. He could have told himself, "What's the point? I'll never be rich on this salary." But he didn't. He kept going. He proved that it doesn't matter where you start in life. It only matters that you start and that you keep going. You don't need a high-paying job to build wealth. You don't need a fancy degree. You don't need to be born into a rich family. You just need the same things Ronald had: patience, discipline, and the courage to ignore what everyone else is doing and follow your own plan. Ronald Read died a millionaire, but more importantly, he died knowing that he had made a difference. He died knowing his life had a purpose that extended far beyond himself. And that, right there, is the definition of real success. If this story inspired you, please subscribe to Story Studio 91. Share this powerful message with someone you know who might need to hear it today. Thanks for watching.